Roddick with a strong game for 2-all.
And just to wrap up that thought, sometimes, all the time actually, you need to trust what you have. And if you're going for broke when you're off court, you're telling me that you don't believe in the rest of your game. And I love that if I'm your opponent.
And go for broke might be, on my part, a little strong, but it was certainly James playing very aggressively on clay.
There's a balance there. He's an aggressive player, and he needs to play aggressive tennis, but it's being aggressive at the right time. I mean, that's an aggressive shot when he's in position. Yes, he missed it, but that's also the shot that intimidates guys and helps him. So you can live with that. What you can't live with is when you're on the dead run and you try and hit that shot.
Has had success down the middle. 10 aces.
Going for a little bit more on that second serve. That one clearing 100 miles an hour.
No love there. Roddick, first opening of this third set.
Right back down the middle for an ace.
11 aces out. A good number of mid on that serve.
Frustration from Roddick. That was not close on the pass.
Second playing purple.
Boy, Roddick frustrated again, had a chance, but Blake quickly closed it. So we continue on serve, third set, RCA Championships. The only opening so far in this set, Roddick just had it. One break chance. I asked him this morning, Jim, I said, what was the one thing you took away from working with Jimmy Connors? And he said, I loved how direct he was. He said, I'd get out there and hit like 3 shots, and Jimmy would stop and say, no, you're going to do it this way. Well done. Not in a critical way, but in an instructive way. He said, but Andy said, I love the blunt, direct approach.
Well, Jimmy is incapable, I think, of going any other direction, which is probably exactly what Andy needs.
He was upset at himself over not breaking the last game. He got that out of his system quickly.
Yeah, comes right back. Blake will laugh at this one. This is a run and gun. That's a 40-love type shot.
What'd you call that before? Shoot, fire, aim?
Ready, fire, aim. Yeah, ready, fire, aim tennis.
But the good spirit between the two evident there, again able to trade quips in the third set. Who's going to crack first?
You asking for a prediction?
Or will it go as so many Roddick matches go to a tiebreak.
That's tough. That is so tough. Because Roddick guesses right. Blake hits a great shot here. But on the guess, Roddick is there and scoops this over his head. This is not really a topspin lob. It's just a high, heavy forehand, but it got by Blake so quickly that he couldn't get up to it. Love 30. Second serve opportunity. My goodness, how quick is James Blake?
50-17.
Wow. I mean, that is everything you want if you're Roddick, but you weren't expecting that one to come back, and that's why he missed it. He thought that was going to be good enough, and then this ball was back on him so fast. Oh, tip of the cap to James Blake for that one. Wag of the finger to Andy Roddick for missing the easy volley, but man.
And this is feeding into what Roddick's complained about last game. He's playing good return games and not breaking.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I'm playing perfect return games and I'm not getting the break. And this has been a virtually perfect return game for Roddick, but Blake is pulling a Houdini. That was a close one. But no challenge forthcoming.
3-all third set, and we've not had a challenge today. Clearly out on Hawkeye. There's that Montecito backhand.
Yeah, it's a challenging two-handed backhand down the line for Blake to cover. Very aggressive, flat, precise, and pristine. Sets up a breakpoint chance for Roddick. Down the middle serve, Ted.
What is that, Jim, from your view? What is James thinking Roddick is cheating the other side?
I think he's just going over the low part of the net.
Okay.
That is definitely his comfort zone at crunch time. We all have tendencies that we go to. You've got to think Roddick has to start cheating there now to take it away. We don't have the staff of 25 like the NFL, sending us information down from the sidelines saying, oh, you got to cover L7 out there on the right. Just you and your opponent. And there it is again.
Unbelievable.
And at a certain point, it is no longer a good serve from James Blake that's winning that point. That's Roddick not guessing or taking it away, standing over there saying, beat me somewhere else.
See here.
I mean, look, all credit to James for hitting the lines on these serves, but I'm standing in the middle if I'm Roddick.
So here it is, another break point.
I'm standing on the center line right now if I'm Andy. And he's not. He's standing in his normal spot. That's just inexcusable for him not to recognize that.
It has been just about every time.
And for Blake, obviously, I ain't broke. I ain't fixing it.
Surviving, trying to survive.
Now he's got Ad in. Now, watch Ad go. He'll go somewhere else now. I thought he'd go to the back
right there. Roddick has survived 4 break points in this final set. Welcome back to the RCA Championships in Indianapolis. What a wonderful start to the U.S. Open Series. We are going to be going to AVP Volleyball in Chicago at the conclusion of this match. Could not have asked for a better kickoff.
We have the number 1 and 2 seeds here in Indianapolis, and they're playing up to that. Yes, this is a high caliber of tennis they're playing.
15 love.
And with everyone in the media sounding the death knell to American men's tennis recently, I'm sure this satisfies these two players greatly to at least put a little block on that.
No, to love.
One way to quell that topic very quickly. Go win a couple tournaments.
Andy Roddick trying to win here for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. It'll be a first RCA for James Blake.
BIG time tennis. 30 all.
30 all.
Now it's the U.S. Open Series. It's really tennis's time to shine in America for the next 2 months. 6 weeks in the hard courts leading to the U.S. Open. And these are the 2 leading American men playing for the first title today. Roddick holds for 4 all.
And this is the first tournament that James Blake has played in as the number 1 player from America. And certainly consolidating that with a good performance here right now. But in his mind, he has to know if he loses to Roddick's going to be considered in the locker room the number 1 American, regardless of what the rankings say. And Roddick playing for not a resurrection by any means, because it's not that dire, but certainly some newfound momentum. He's tired of the critics. You have to answer that between the lines.
Certainly, and he's playing for confidence, right? And we've seen that come back this week.
When Andy gets on a run, he tends to stay on a run. And he's playing in Los Angeles next week, and certainly getting out there quickly, trying to keep this momentum going, even if he does lose the final. It has been a very good week. His first final of the year.
Opportunity for these 2, for some others the next couple of weeks. We will not see Roger Federer or Rafael Nadal until the week of August 7th in Toronto. So 3 weeks of U.S. Open Series tennis without the top 2 players, and that is a door opener.
That it is. They've been very greedy, Nadal and Federer, this year, scooping up titles left and right. No reason to believe it'll be different once they come to the hard court season. But these players have a chance to get their confidence and their momentum going in the right direction and have something to say about that.
Roddick is pushing. You can see him pushing, trying for that, to find an opening for that 4-all break.
34th winner of the match for Andy Roddick against only 12 unforced errors. That's the quality of tennis that both of these players have brought to the table in the final. Overplays.
So Roddick didn't look like he's going to get it, but now he has his little look here at deuce.
He's in now his 3rd consecutive service game that he's been very much a part of. That one is wide. And it'll be another breakpoint chance for Roddick. And let me take a guess here. What do you think Blake's going on this first serve, Ted? Might he go up the middle?
Yeah. Well, of course, this has a match point feel for Blake.
That is equity tennis right there. That is Blake using his equity shot. It pays his bills. And using it very well. A safe shot, but a big one. Some violence on that forehand.
I mean, it's amazing. James Blake has had 8 doubles in this match and has survived them. Big one in this game, and now a chance on game point. Ninth double. We're in the closing stages of the 3rd set of this championship in Indianapolis, and as soon as this match is over, we're going to take you right to the AVP McDonald's Chicago Open. That'll be coming up next here on NBC.
Roddick had a look after that double fault. And add in for Blake 2 points ago of frustration when Blake double faulted. It was okay. He hits every first serve in when it's my break point, but when he's serving for a double.
Gets them going in Indianapolis. What a display by these two. And we play on serve in the 3rd. You called it Houdini-like, Jim. It seems like what this 3rd set's been for Blake.
Roddick has had 5 breakpoint chances and seen them all go away. And now Roddick has to hold serve just to stay alive.
Sudden death now.
15
Blake has had no chances to break in this set. And he had none in the first set. But he did break Roddick twice in the middle set.
Race number 17, Randy Roddick. And this is, well, just perfect if you're Roddick. Looking to stay alive. Blake, no sniff whatsoever.
That was a retro game for Roddick, about 38 seconds. So it's 5-all, and again, if you're tuning on for the ABP McDonald's Chicago Open, we're going to Chicago as soon as this match is over. See Misty May and Kerry Walsh in action. The ABP McDonald's Chicago Open immediately at the end of this match.
Thank you.
On NBC.
Looks over and says, that's all I have to do to win a point.
Yeah.
That's it.
Or I was thinking, he said, where's that been? I mean, look at him covering the court from way back, and getting to net and playing well at net.
And just defense finally leading to offense there, but exceptional tennis, and this crowd, so much appreciation. It's crunch time. The tennis is getting better.
Well, I know this.
Roddick wants a challenge.
Yes.
Roddick is challenging.
All right. So this is the first challenge of the match.
And this is just a gamble. Roddick likes to play poker. That's all this is. He thinks this ball is out, but he's figuring I've got 2 challenges. What the heck?
Yep. There it is. As you can hear, it's on the video boards here. The crowd. We all see it at the same time. So Roddick has 1 challenge remaining. I was just going to say, Jim, I mean, this is just so what tennis needs. I mean, the U.S. Open Series has been this wonderful way to bring some order to the sport in the summer, and to have it kick off with these two playing this kind of match.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need. You need to build the rivalries. You need to build the names. There's no doubt about it. That's what sells this game.
Well, Blank with an ace. The final act from Indianapolis next. Andy Roddick's brother, John, intent, and I'm assuming that the great champion, Mr. Connors, is watching intently in California.
I mean, this is what you play for. This is why you wake up and strap those shoes on when you're tired and you're going to practice. It's so you can put yourself in this situation and truly test how your nerve is going to hold, because the title is going to fall in the next 5 minutes, one way or the other. And who's going to execute better? Both are doing it beautifully right now. You just hope that this match is decided by winners, because that's the quality it's been so far. But it all comes down to the nerve.
And I was just going to ask you that. I asked Federer, the best in the world, in Paris this year. I said, just tell me about your feeling about tie breaks and practicing tie breaks. He says, I don't really practice them. After all, they're all mental. Do you agree?
I do. I do. If you're Federer and you're the best in the world, you've got to believe in your game enough to play your game at crunch time and say that my A game is going to be better than everybody else's. The people who are not successful in tie breaks are the people who try to do too much and go away from their strengths.
So who do you think, given what's happened with these two men this year, has a mental edge right now in this tie break? Is there one?
Boy, I'll tell you, going into the match, I would have said Roddick, but because Roddick has had so many break points in this set, it feels like it's a Blake advantage, because he's dug out of the hole. He's escaped. So it feels like more upside for Blake.
Oh, good second serve. That's that kick you talked about yesterday, Jim.
It is a vicious kick. Spinning away from Blake, couldn't handle it.
Roddick still winning 71% of his second serve points. And Roddick wins both on his serve. The challenges are in effect. Each player given an additional challenge for a tiebreak. So Blake has 3, Roddick 2. So there should be no issues with blind calls in this decisive tiebreak.
There's the first crack. Blake out of position. That was not going to be a winning backhand, so strategically a bit of a misplay there, and the first mini break goes to Roddick.
Left. For service.
Nice defense from Roddick. Almost falls down, opens the court up, and Blake thumps the forehand. Right back with a high percentage shot. Roddick serving 3-2, mini break in hand. Double fault.
And that unexpected give back by Roddick, and it's 3-all. Only the third double. Blake has had 9. Seemingly something that you would thought would be damaging to him, and they haven't been. It's not how many, but when.
That's right. And the fans here in Indianapolis.
It's good finals they've seen in years here.
Very appreciative.
Please.
Pump with a fist from Roddick. Heavy second serve. Just crossing the 2-hour barrier. Physically no issue for either player. Gorgeous day for tennis. Low humidity, low temperatures for this time of the year. It is crunch time. 4-all in the Buster. Coming forward, got the volley he wanted. This is an aggressive play for this time in the match. This is not yet an A-game play for Andy Roddick, and I would steer clear of it if I was him right now. I would rely on, well, I'd rely on what got me to the dance in the first place. Look for forehands. Blake's got that. Yes, he does.
James Blake, after 2 hours and 2 minutes of grinding, still has the wheels.
He's got the wheels, and he's got this backhand out of position. Roddick just needed to play that short. He played it too deep, and Blake makes him pay with a gorgeous runner to set up 2 match points. Some nerves there from Blake, can't connect. but still another chance. And I have to just say, Ted, I think that Roddick, it's great that he's shown us so much variety with the slice coming to net so much. But when it comes down to a third set tiebreak, he needs to rely on his best stuff, and it's not those shots. Not yet.
Where do you think the serve's going?
Up the tee.
James Blake comes back and wins the RCA championship.
And you've got to tip that hat to James Blake.
Yes, you do. And great respect for these two men, but make no mistake, the head hang of Andy Roddick tells you all you need.
Yep. He knows he had those volleys and missed them.
And he knows what this would have meant. And what it means for Blake.
Yeah, you have to say James Blake earned it. 5 break points that he saved in that last set showed great guts and the great foot speed. Oh my goodness, to set up the 2 match points.
Did you see? I mean, from the moment that shot went long for Roddick, his head dropped and his shoulders dropped. You could tell how much this meant to Andy to win that first title of 06. Instead, it is James Blake with his 3rd title. The 2nd time he's beaten Andy Roddick in the last month. Leader in the clubhouse in the U.S. Open Series. And really just a great kickoff to the U.S. Open Series. James Blake in 3 sets over Andy Roddick. Now for Jim Courier, Bud Collins, and our entire NBC Sports team, I'm Ted Robinson. Thanks for being with us here. And now we send you to Chris Marlowe in Chicago for the AVP on NBC.